Alright, I'm back. Unfortunately. Just kidding. So, this is just a follow-up from yesterday's first video where I had started to, or we put, silage here in the barn. And I said there was a couple things that we factor in when we feed. Obviously, the amount of cattle or head of cattle we have coming in here to feed, kind of like if you make Christmas dinner, whatever, you figure out how many people are going to be there. That's the same idea. The second thing that I touched on a little bit yesterday also when deciding how much to put in is the weather. Wind is horrible on cows. The other thing is temperature, and when I mean temperature, a drastic temperature change. For example, today we woke up, most of us were probably around 55 or 53, depending where you were, here in the county, and we are going to be down to 22 tonight. So within 12 hours we're going down almost basically 30 degrees. That's a lot. The problem with that is this is when specifically the calves will get pneumonia, much like a human. Big temperature changes, we all know, especially if you have kids, it's not good. That's when they start getting sick, things like that. Same is true with cows. So yesterday we had the herd that was not many in there. Today we have the big herd coming in. So I have loaded up, let me get out the Bobcat. I've loaded up the barn in here, and then I've loaded up the wagon also, and that'll be a lot. Who's going out there? Here comes these girls. Well, and there's guys in there too, but you can see them coming in here, and we're full. We're full. All 6 stations are full, and then some in between. Each station is extra. So this is here they come. The barn will be full on both sides of the cows. I love the eyes. Love it. Hey guys. And you can see they're coming still. So there's quite a bit of head of cattle in here, you can tell. We're going to stop bothering them so they can finish eating. I just wanted to explain that a little bit. I wasn't very clear about that yesterday. Also, you can tell those cows that came in, they're going to be on this pasture back here, and then it goes way back towards there, that direction. So you can see that the wagon I've done, and we're full, and it's also squished down. So that's how that works. Here's a up close shot of the silage. It's fermented, so there is a very strong smell. Steven loves it when the corn is first chopped. I don't as much. I like this smell when it's more fermented. And how that works, it's personal preference. And also, if you come out here, everybody has to at least try it a little sometime. Now, I've already done it, so I don't have to do it. This is our pile of silage, which is just chopped corn. Again, everything is used. And then they eat it. And then, of course, this is grown on the farm. This corn right here, that comes in different brands. This is all Pioneer. Next season, or in a couple months, towards the end of May, we'll replant the cornfields. And he's going to use, he bought Pioneer corn seed and also DeKalb. I know I'm familiar with DeKalb because up in Minnesota, they would have signs next to cornfields, and they would be DeKalb, and that's popular. Anyway, it's a popular seed corn. Just want to explain a little bit of that. Just a side note. And then the cows, if you look, this is why, rain and snow is awful, because then it's just muddy. Pooey mess. Now, the ones that were out that got fed yesterday in the barn, they got silage. Today, they will be eating hay. Now this is their pasture. So if you look, it's all mud. There's no grass. We stop feeding once, in the spring, once our grass comes up here a little bit, then we don't have to feed the hay and the silage because they're good. So that's that. I'm supposed to be backing out the tractor. I'm not good at that yet because the feed wagon is so short. But lengthwise, it just kind of goes all over the place. Anyway, I think that, also we fed heavy in here. There is wind. We've had a lot of wind today. I don't expect it to stop. So he wants more feed. Cows don't do good. Cows do better if it stays at even temperature, even if it's colder. But whenever they change stuff, not sure what they're doing in there, but whenever you have a drastic temperature change, like I said, it's like a human. That's not good. My friend Sarah sent me a great Facebook meme. Or actually, it was a video, and the farmer was pulling all this white stuff out of the cow's nose. That's pneumonia. And then they're talking about, if you looked at the cow, watched it, he wasn't licking his nose. Licking their noses is a big thing. It's gross. But this clears out bacteria. This is just a natural thing they do. Nobody, teaches them that. They just know this. And that helps keep their nose clean of that bacteria, and less chance of getting pneumonia. Also, I had mentioned the corn. The silage was a source of protein, and which is energy. So when it's windy like it is now, snowing, that energy is going to be heat for them. So that's why, that's important. There's some farms that don't feed silage. They strictly feed hay in the winter. That's preference. Farms, they're similar, and then each farm is so different. So if there's other farmers listening to this is how it works on this farm. You guys may do it different. That's great. You go for it. You do. We got to do what works for each farm. Anyway, just that side note, because I know there's people that are going to be criticizing. Go for it, man. I know what I'm learning, and I love it on the farm. I especially like driving the Bobcat. Just FYI.